Landing site is sufficient. Taking the ship down.
Captain, it is pleasant to see you. Return soon.
What does your scanner reveal?
Are they moving? They seem to react to us. Is something amiss? Goodbye. Are you all right? We need to get you back to the lodge.
Your abilities are truly amazing. Captain, do you require my
Engines ready. Word, Captain. Maneuvering into position. And we are now in stable orbit.
Security here is so visible. I suppose it makes people more comfortable. Most people, anyway. I may not quite enjoy New Atlantis, but this... this is much better.
Crix's bones. Look at you.
If you don't mind, I'm gonna start doing some scans. Like, right now.
We were right about the anomaly, weren't we? Tip our ears on the tail. An entire building generating a signature just like the artifact.
Vladimir, look at these readings. Cardiovascular and neurological levels aren't in the normal range.
I think we're going to need a little demonstration. Mind putting the paces to it? Everyone saw that, right?
Like a literal gift from the heavens.
And also the most practical consequence of our little venture thus far.
Got no old shipwise for this one. Going to just call weird, weird. So we have artifacts, a temple, and this power. All connected.
But we do not understand the connections. We need additional information.
Can we find more of them?
Already picked one up from the scans. Matches another one of the artifacts we found. In theory, there might be one temple for each. But sifting through all the signs to identify a match is tricky. Impossible if we don't have the right artifact to compare. And even then, it takes time. It's a strong theory. Couldn't find that planetary anomaly without the data from the artifact. We'll need one to find the other. Don't think it's just Fortune's laugh that this temple responded to you. The artifacts, the visions, this power you've gotten, all seems to be the same song somehow. Plenty to think about. Anyway, catch a smile out there. I'll work on finding planet anomalies that match the other artifacts we have.
If you have a moment, I have something I'd like to discuss. I must admit, you've surprised me. I thought you were going to take off as soon as you'd gotten something from us. But I was wrong. I want you for a little soiree I'm planning. Of course. I will admit what I'm proposing involves a little more cloak and dagger than the usual business meeting. But we both know that's how the game plays sometimes. It's about an artifact, and our goal is simple. We're going to purchase it. Our seller is a freelance operative in the city of Neon, which means the artifact is almost certainly stolen from someone. I just need a little more presence in the negotiation to show we're serious. And I think you'd be perfect. That settles it then. We just need to make a few stops when we get to the city, and then the drinks will be on me.
As long as the drinking comes after the negotiation, or whatever this is going to entail.
It'll be easy, I promise. I'll ride passenger on your ship until we get to Neon. Just let me know when you're ready to set off. Keeping me waiting? New. Very well. Let me know.
Ask if you've got questions. Speak up if you have ideas. We're all here for the same
Yeah?
reason.
Always. Point the way and we'll be off.
Ms. Morgan, I shall be here if you need me.
It's actually comforting to know that, Androsia. Thank you.
Oh, pardon me. Was that your stomach or mine? Sure, I've got a minute. Yes? How much time do you have? Just kidding. I've been in Constellation for a long time. Aja and Sarah convinced me to join before the Colony War. Lost my husband during that damn war. Lost some other friends too. Anyway, I've been exploring planets with Constellation ever since then. Helps keep me busy. So I guess that's me in a nutshell. Yeah, Vasco is great for reminding me about schedules and protocols or engaging in data-focused conversation, you know? But if I tell him about how I found the first artifact, or how I escaped from the Crimson Fleet, or when I saved a stranded pilot from an island covered in hypnotic flowers, you know, he just isn't impressed. I'm starting to feel a little interrogated. Good talk. Right. No worries.
Oh, sorry. Was just doing some math in my head. Trade the gabs with you? Usually doesn't. I'm overdrawn from Lady Luck 3 times over. It's a long tale to tip your ear on. But if you ever wanted to visit, I have a house out there in the Starfield. Thought I was going to see life's eclipse from there, but Constellation swept me away. Haven't been there since we started on the Eye. If you do go there, turn the lights off when you leave, okay?
My return to the lodge triggered a full system update. I am now fully prepared to assist you.
Time to get back to the world, eh? Well, that was fun. Now what?
We should have a
Awaiting response.
when you have the time, of course.
Good to see you again.
Now that we have a moment, I wanted to ask how you're feeling. After your experience at the temple, you've given everyone at the lodge quite a scare.
Just passing along intel to friendlies. Over.
That's a very reasonable answer. According to what I've heard, your body absorbed an almost unquantifiable amount of energy of a type we can't even begin to understand. We're dealing with something unknown to modern science. Who knows how this encounter has affected your body or your mind?
Company policy is to
I
assist
know you're simply
non-hostile
trying to
vessels.
brush this off with
Response?
humor, but you really should act more concerned. That temple proves we're dealing with entities of unknown origin. The problem is that we can't even begin to guess what their intention was towards us and where they've gone.
Awaiting response.
It's a possibility I've considered, but I'm not 100% convinced. The only thing we can be certain of is that the technology we've encountered points to beings that live outside the settled systems. Perhaps that's true, or
Awaiting
perhaps you were
response.
simply quite lucky. It's just that... Oh, I'm afraid that we're flying almost completely blind here. All we know for certain at this point is that whoever created the artifacts are the same beings that built the temple. Anything else is just guesswork. I might as well put on a blindfold and toss darts at theories written on the wall.
Awaiting response.
Bye for now.
This is a commercial passenger transport liner wanting to alert you about hostiles in the system. It's our company's policy. Us friendlies have got to watch. Safe travels, stranger.
Now that we have a moment, after your... That's a... According to... We're dealing with... Although I don't know the exact nature of the energy you absorbed, I'm fairly certain it means you no harm. I don't have any scientific data to back that up, so you'll just have to trust my intuition. Don't worry. You'll be fine. Well, good. I'm pleased to hear that. That temple proves we're dealing with entities of unknown origin. The problem is that we can't even begin to guess what their intention was towards us and where they've gone. Perhaps that's true, or perhaps you were simply quite lucky. It's just that... Oh, I'm afraid that we're flying almost completely blind here. All we know... Anything else is just guesswork. Oh, believe me, This is positively exhilarating. Think about the significance of this research. The questions it raises alone are mind-boggling. Who was this wondrous structure built to accommodate? How long ago did these entities inhabit our universe? Are they still out there, somewhere? Yes, exactly. Now you understand why it's imperative that we solve this puzzle. It's funny. I used to think the artifacts were the end-all be-all of scientific discovery, the pinnacle mystery of our time. Never in my wildest dreams did I imagine it would lead to something of this magnitude. I just hope that you'll come through this, whatever it is, unharmed. Oh, well, thank you. Look, I've already taken up too much of your time. All I can do is promise that I'm not going to make you deal with this mystery alone. Whatever might be happening, I'll be right here to help you every step of the way.
Ah, hello.
What's going on? Sure, if you'd like. That's not a problem. It runs in the family. My mum's a doctor too. I want to follow her footsteps and practice at the clinic someday too. That's why my mum encouraged me to find a job like this. The clinic's the most advanced medical facility in the galaxy. They have an entire research team dedicated to the study of newly emerging xenoviruses. Helping to create botanical treatments for newly discovered diseases would be a dream come true. My papa taught me everything I know. He learned about it from my koro, and my koro learned from his mother. Generations ago, my ancestors on Earth used medicinal plants to heal the sick. I'm the latest in a long line of Tannehills to practice botanical medicine. You'd fit right in with my family, Captain. See you soon.
We have not yet had a moment to talk about what happened to you at that place. Temple? I am not sure what to call it. In all my time amongst the stars, I have never heard of such a thing. What do you think that place was? Nor I suspect anyone else who has ever lived. Is that presuming too much? Certainly it is too soon to speculate about who built it, but how can we not? After what you experienced, do you have any insights? All right, fine. You could just say you have no idea. I am sorry. After what you have been through, I should be asking about you. Are you all right? Have you felt any side effects? How can any of us know what will happen? This is the definition of unprecedented, is it not? A cynical person might suggest that in itself could be a side effect. But for now, we will just assume you have been very fortunate. The artifacts, that temple, this new ability you have acquired, clearly they are all connected. This is all so much bigger than we realized. Yes, you are right. And if we continue to work together, perhaps we can start to explain some of this. Now we have even greater reason to press forward, to learn more about what is at work here.
responding to my hail. We've been trying to contact you due to the uncertainty of the political... It sounds like you're not interested in hearing more. That's too bad. Expecting the Ecliptic to have such a presence here. Not everyone would have stuck their necks out for a patrol. Thanks. Any way we can repay you? You bet. We got to resume our patrol. Stay safe.
Dan responding to hail. You are cleared to dock. Welcome to UC Space.
The UC did a hell of a job piecing the station back together after the Serpent's Crusade rolled through.
Hey, what can I do for you?
Well, this station's seen better days. I wonder if the UC will ever fully restore it to its former glory.
I get promoted out of here. Marquez is all right, I guess. She's gonna be lucky to have me as a boss. You kidding? It's what I was born to do. Wait, I mean flying is what I was born to do. This Vanguard thing? Temporary. Only a matter of time before I get called up to the Navy. Before you know it, I'll be a captain. No, wait. Admiral. Yeah. Well, yeah. Why wouldn't I be? Oh, right. You haven't seen me fly. If you had, you'd know how good I am. Damn right I am. I'd offer to let you fly along on my next mission, but, oh, man, I nearly forgot. Listen, I need a favor. I've got an application in for a promotion in the Vanguard, but I haven't heard anything back. It's been a while. Their reply must have gotten lost along the way. It happens. We're really far from New Atlantis. Anyway, would you mind going there and following up for me? Yeah, I mean, probably, but you know how it goes. I leave here and then something terrible happens and I have all this guilt because I wasn't here to save everyone. Right. Okay. That's no problem. I get it. I'm super busy here too. If you get some free time, though, check in with me. I'll probably have gotten an answer, so I'd hate for you to travel all the way out there for no reason. What does it matter? I'm gonna be out of here before you can blink, and this will all be behind me. That reporter didn't put you up to this, did he? I already told him. It was a misunderstanding. An accident. My flight record was spotless otherwise. Okay, then.
I try not to trade in gossip, but if you have any verifiable information, I'm all ears. It's a little surprising, isn't it? Out here on the edge of UC space, but it's just so quiet. Why, certainly. The settled systems reporters are dispatched all over, keeping an ear to the ground for some breaking news that should be known to everyone. It can, admittedly, be a bit of a pain making sure those stories reach our central office in New Atlantis. But until someone invents faster-than-light communication, it's the best we can do. Au revoir, as they say.
Just doesn't add up. The spaceport has anti-Xeno protocols. How the hell does a whole herd of terramorphs touch down undetected?
Ah, a new customer. Welcome. Welcome to the Trade Authority. I'm Marcel, and if there's anything I can do for you, please, do let me know. Our stock may not be as vast as New Atlantis or Sidonia, but I will do my best to see that you leave here satisfied. And seeing as the Trade Authority is the only fully licensed operator for the Den, I'm afraid your alternatives are, shall we say, slim. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance, and I hope this and all... By all means.
I am, hands down, the best pilot in this film.
Looking to lodge a complaint? Then you want UC security, not the Vanguard. Oh, so you are. Sorry about that, Captain. People mistake us for peacekeepers most days. Wasn't expecting someone from the actual military. So, what can I do for you? Think you got some bad information. If there was a wanted man in our skies, he wouldn't still be out there. Unless... Are you talking about the Warlock? There's been rumor of a ship out there for years now. Doesn't respond to hails, never docks. More than a few amateur investigators have tried to find it, and at least 2 never came back. Aetherius debris fields are plenty dangerous if you're not used to flying in them. But if you're suggesting it might not have been the fields that got them, well, I can give you the coordinates of the Warlock's last sighting. I mean, I honestly thought it was just a story board haulers told to amuse each other. But if the pilot of the Warlock really has been dusting our people, well, hopefully you're about to make our skies a whole lot safer. Things you should know? The den's not really that kind of place. This is a quiet assignment. Keep an eye out for pirates, make sure smuggling's kept to a minimum, occasional rescue job out in the debris fields. Otherwise, it's mostly long haulers and staying ready for the day the Collective wants another round, or House Varun comes back in force. Sure thing. Here, this should get you pointed in the right direction. Good hunting, and stay safe.
Been up there, huh? Space? Must be cool. I never get to go to space.
If you're ever in New Atlantis, mind putting in a good word for me? I don't think my messages to SS are getting through.
Don't let Orville get to you. Just smile, take your drink, and be on your way. That's for everyone.
I'd heard the den wasn't quite living up to its old standards, but this...
Oh, hey, don't look
it's
at me.
definitely worse than I
I'm just here for the
expected.
liquor and the, occasional odd job or whatever. You know, that's a good question. I do stuff for Orville sometimes, odd jobs or whatever, when he's not annoying. But I think technically I get paid by the Vanguard. Gotta love bureaucracy, right? Ooh, well, that depends on who you ask. Orville over there is still stuck in the glory days when this was the domain of the UC military brass and all their hangers-on. You can't see those days are never coming back. The Vanguard pilots, they mostly just resent guarding the ass end of nowhere. Reyna's okay, I guess. She seems to really care about the mission. And me? Well, it's as good a place as any to be stuck, I guess. Uh-huh. Bye.
I tell you, this place went downhill as soon as everyone turned their back on history. Hey there. Ain't seen you before. What brings you to the den? That's so. Not many have reason to pass through here. Seems like most avoid it. But what do I know? I'm just an old man who's been here too long. Well, you're welcome here, so long as I don't hear you disrespecting the United Colonies military. You got a problem with our history or our heroes? And you can find somewhere else to get yourself a drink. Clear? Sure thing. Long live the UC.
I know your type. A freewheeling space ace.
All crew accounted for. We're ready to depart.
Yes?
original.
I lost everything because of the UC. They will get no more!
Pilot emergency detected. Hatch override engaged. Error. File deletion cannot be completed. Ending process.
Temperature levels are uncomfortably warm around here.
can op-
All weapons are operational.
I'd be lying if I told you I was comfortable setting foot on this station.
Kinetics, electromags, energy weapons.
UC will never crush the fleet. They'd have to catch us first.
You want to survive? Let's get you set up. I'm here if you need me.
Need to have
Looking
Jazz
to
look
make
at
quick
my
work?
graph drive.
Plenty of mer-
Well, it's not jumping to the right
All right.
place.
See you around.
Are you looking to...
You might find a deal or two here.
Just make it quick.
If you can overlook the spatters of blood covering all the stolen goods, of course.
Sharks are too
See
scared to
anything
take
you
the
like.
key.
We can talk about whatever you want, as long as you got the creds. Don't miss me too much.
Need a drink?
Here to upgrade that ship here?
Sure. It's not like... Sounds like fun. Let's see what I've got.
I don't know about you, but I think the welcome sign really lends itself to the alluring charm of this star station.
So there I am.
Perhaps something you might be interested in. You've got something for me? Yes, have a look. Goodbye.
Tend to approaching vessel. Docking approved.
Ah, our warlock hunter. What's up? Understood.
Be advised, you are entering United Colony space. Please maintain course and prepare to be scanned. And complete. Enjoy your stay in New Atlantis.
You will be scanned as you enter the city. Please keep moving. Okay, no bounty. You're clear.
Something you need? Lived in New Atlantis almost my entire life, and I had no idea this place even existed. The UC certainly excels at keeping secrets.
Your friend has to stay here.
You go on ahead. I'll be fine. Oh, and good luck.
Welcome back, Captain. Do you have some news for me regarding Dr. Olays? I'm not surprised. The man fled every consequence he ever faced. Of course, you don't expect me to just take you at your word, do you? Excellent. Please, deposit it in the transfer system.
Transfer accepted.
Would you look at that? Kept it all these years. Some simply couldn't let go of that old world. This is fine work, Captain. I can ensure the remaining team members find their way to the Red Devil's headquarters. Except for one. That one you'll need to collect yourself. His name is Kaiser. You can find him on the Freestar world of Nira, wandering the battlefield there. The area was ground zero for xeno-weapon deployments during the war, so I would arm yourself appropriately. And I think you'll want to check in with Hadrian and Dr. Walker before paying it a visit. Kaiser will likely have security protocols you'll need their help to overcome. Of course. We're protecting the galaxy, Captain. We'll need every tool at our disposal.
Authorized personnel only.
I'm listening.
Friend has to stay here.
Lead the way.
By the way, Captain,
Just remember, Captain, the name of the game is discretion.
Addy?
If we're planning on staying a while, we could grab a room at the Stone Root Inn.
The services tech is in the hut up at the front, if you need
I'd kill for a cup of coffee right now.
Miss Kessler built this whole thing off donations and what she could throw together. It's not like Aquila's swimming in museums here.
Fine. But I want your class to write an essay about what they learned.
I was planning on that, ma'am.
In general, students love field trips, and they are due.
It's important that our
museum
students
is-
know Aquila's. I don't think all the students will fit
I mean,
it all at once.
it's clear adults love.
Okay, hold up.
Pardon.
So, Henry's new batch. How'd it go over?
I know you like Henry, but...
What? There's something wrong?
Sam said it tasted off. Really off. Gladys said it was fine. Then she dumped her whole glass on the floor when she thought I wasn't looking.
No, no.
I don't think we should carry Henry's stuff anymore. Our regulars have stopped ordering his old stuff, too.
I'll break the news to Henry.
Okay, hold up.
So, Henry's new batch. How'd it go over?
You should try Philburn's beer. It's brewed in the city, and it ain't bad.
What? There's...
Seems like the Crimson Fleet is everywhere.
Let's be certain to stock up on some extra ammunition before we explore the wilderness around the city.
It's true. We only use robots for farming. Surely some of that tech we could patent.
Something happened to Henry's beer?
That's terrible. So terrible. But I'm sure I know nothing about it. Here's some credits for delivering the news. I expect that's the last I'll be seeing of you.
run into spacers? Scumbag.
SSNN says that spacers and the fleet are getting worse.
That's what they've always. It's just fearful.
Not quite open today.
Hey, Deputy.
Welcome to the Rock, I guess.
Work hard, play
Well, hey
hard.
there.
That should be the Freestar motto.
Got into a tussle with a Shaw Gang smuggling ship in Kodos orbit. Had to limp back to Aquila City, with my ride mostly in one piece. It was a bit of a hard landing, you might say. Got a few broken ribs and a concussion. Turns out one of those ribs punctured a lung. Had a breathing tube in for a spell, but that's gone now. Seems I'm healing up pretty good. Luck's half of everything. Or so they say. I also like to think skill had a little something to do with it. That's it then?
Diego Monroe, at your service. Well, theoretically. Just about the hardest way possible. I had, shall we say, a checkered past. Rangers caught me dead to rights and offered a deal. So I took the deal. It was real touch and go, but a lot of bad guys went down. No friends of mine. Truth be told, barely had a choice to work for them. But they were behind bars, and so was I. But I served my sentence. Searched the dark recesses of the soul. I realized the only time I felt genuinely good about myself was working with the Rangers. So after a parole for the very best of behaviors, I nagged the Rangers night and day until they gave me a chance. Haven't looked back since. Adios.
Aquila's really the heart of the Freestar Collective.
You won't
Just
find
let
a
me
better
guess.
selection of brews and beverages anywhere in the Freestar Collective.
Late one night, Annie Wilcox tried to arrest me for public indecency. She'll be a terror.
Hey there, Deputy.
New deputy, huh?
Go get him,
Honored to have
deputy.
you. Get up and get going. We've got the stars to explore. Where to next?
temperature levels are bottoming out.
Those crabs ain't gonna steal themselves. Better get a move on before Dale sees you slacking. Good luck.
I don't trust shielding.
Bog's grog is fine.
Yeah?
I'm gonna toast an old friendly.
I was wondering when you'd wander my way. The name's Fergus. Fergus Wickham. But you can call me Bog. Welcome to the Last Nova, where the drinks are never free. Guilty? You name it, I got it. Although, I can't speak to quality. We don't believe in expiration dates here as long as it gets the job done. As long as you're buying, stay as long as you like. The Last Nova never sleeps, so... Since it's your first time with us, I'm willing to make an exception to the rule and offer you my speciality. On the house. 1 free bottle of Bog's grog. That's the spirit. I knew you'd be the adventurous type. And if you like it, you're in luck. Cheapest drink you can find. And guaranteed to drown those sorrows. Bog's grog and anything else your heart desires. Yeah, working around this lot day in, day out, you'd think they wouldn't give a damn. I think I need to take you up on that offer. Well, I guess I'm thinking of my dear old Maddie. The only woman I ever loved. Almost married her, I did. I missed my chance and lost her to one of my best mates. I'll tell you what, if you want to help an old man out, bring me back the one thing of Maddie's that ever meant anything to me. Hurry. Maddie had my eye back in the day. Thing was, she had the eye of my best mate, too. A bloke by the name of Clay Dietrich. Clay and I had a luxury liner, snatched a ring I knew Maddie would love. Before I could say anything, Clay asked if he could have it and he used it to propose. Long story short, Clay married Maddie and they ran off to raise hell with Ecliptic. And then he got the poor girl killed. You're in luck. Clay showed up on my radar a bit ago. Probably why I'm in a bigger rut than usual. I'll send you the details. I don't care how you do it. Just get that ring back.
looking to start something? Because I'll finish it.
Soon, everyone is going to learn to feel it.
Captains get better uniforms, better perks.
I hope Bug has something strong enough to knock it down.
So there I
Recoils
am.
off.
You see security on my tail, and my grab.
What are you looking at?
And you know what I find back there?
Hey, Cap. You hiring? Got some baddies on my tail, and I need a place to lay low. I suppose I can't rightly blame you for that. It's the Varun Zealots. They've been on my tail a while. And they're easy enough to avoid in places like this, but I'm history if they see my ship cruising around the space lanes again. Oh, I'm a real scrapper. Good in a fist fight or in the gunner seat. Doesn't matter to me so long as there's a strong drink waiting when the fight's over. I've also got pretty sticky fingers, if that suits you. If the Varun Zealots don't sound like a problem to you, then I can't wait to see what you're made of. Wouldn't be much of a smuggler if I wasn't willing to cut a deal, would I? Let's hash it out. Don't think I'm desperate or anything, but you do have a point. You're a good negotiator, Cap. I'll cut you a deal. Sure, fine by me. I'm looking forward to the adventure. Sounds like a plan. Let's catch up later. Thanks again for the save.
Got mixed feelings about my last
Well, isn't this cozy? It appears we've stumbled across the embodiment of the phrase, absolute mayhem.
The fleet protects our own. But you turn against us, and you're dead.
Better to stop here than down on the surface of Suvorov.
Some missions require stealing from settlements. Be sure you have the proper shielding for any smuggling jobs. We have contacts throughout the settled systems that require shipments of illegal goods. Smuggling requires a bit of subterfuge since we'll be loading up your ship with contraband. If you want to make that delivery without getting caught, you'll need shielded cargo space to accommodate the goods. Good, because I do hate repeating myself. Very. You'll get a location with the target goods. We don't care how you get it, as long as you deliver. You get caught, that's on you. Be seeing you.
Always listen to Delgado. Unless you want to get killed.
That last job didn't pan out.
Thanks for making me look good. I would have.
Oh, I was hoping we might run into one another again. Your timing is most fortuitous. I'm on the verge of something, but I don't quite have all the information I need. We're in uncharted territory here. It's inevitable. Of course, now that I understand more about what's going on, it seems plain as day. And yet I never would have imagined it before. The tertiary trunks have also liquefied their interiors, but they're not vibrating. I thought perhaps it was some sort of defect, but it's much simpler. They're listening. I don't. Not for sure. It's all a theory, certainly, but it is completely supported by the data and observation, like all good science. It's the best we have to go on right now. It means it is ready to reproduce. I believe this tree is sending vibrations out over massive distances and expecting to detect sympathetic vibrations in return. As of yet, there's been no response. I suspect that will not change, that a response is impossible, and that's very, very bad news. We're continuing to see an increase in the strength and frequency of the vibrations. I don't know how much more significant it will become. If there's no response, the tree may vibrate itself, and some nearby portion of the city, to destruction. Now, as of yet, there has been no response, and clearly none of the nearby individuals are a correct match. While it can't be ruled out that the intended recipient of these messages was cut down during the city's expansion, there is one other possibility. Over 100 years ago, the United Colonies and the Freestar Collective emerged from the Narian War. As a gesture of peace and goodwill, a near-literal olive branch, one of the trees from New Atlantis, was offered to the leaders of Aquila City. Nice. Short-sighted and ill-advised, in my opinion. Of course, you can't just uproot a native species and plunk it down on some other planet in a totally different environment and expect it to grow. Clearly, no exobotanists were consulted ahead of time. The end result was wholly predictable. The tree died within a few short years. Clever, but no, not necessarily. The tree died, yes, but branches were kept. At least one still exists in the museum there in the city. If I had that branch, I could get DNA samples, and then using various data I've gathered, I could attempt to simulate a response. We could then broadcast that response and hopefully calm down our friend here. But as I say, I need that branch. I'm afraid I can't be two places at once, and I have too much going on here. The museum in Aquila City is under the supervision of one Miss Kastler, I'm told. I don't know anything about her, but hopefully she'll be willing to listen to reason and assist our cause. All right, off you go. We don't have any time to waste.
Not exact. When you have a moment, I'd like to speak to you.
Word to the wise, avoid the stress.
Just keep your gun holstered during your stay.
Hi. Please feel free to have a look around. It's the reason I started this place.
Welcome to the Co-Heritage Museum. I offer a brief tour, and I'm happy to discuss the city's history as well. Very well. People are proud of their history here, so we get more visitors than I was expecting. So it gets pretty busy here, especially with school field trips. There are some things I would kill to have. I mean, wait, not literally. But I would pay a lot for. You see, the Coe family lost a treasure trove of old historic documents ages ago. And those documents would be priceless to have here. Well, all of them were owned by our city's founder, Solomon Coe. He's more than that, really. He's one of the greatest heroes of the settled systems. These documents would be, like I said, priceless to the museum and to our guests. Their absence pains me. Jacob Coe and I have talked at length, and his great-grandfather was a troubled man. He sold off various historic documents to cover debts. They could be anywhere. If you find any of that trove of documents, I will pay dearly for it. Thank you. Think of the future generations that could benefit from seeing such important history. That is not something I expected to hear today. I assume you're somehow associated with the United Colonies? I've received some odd messages of late. A tree is upset? You scientists are something else. Regardless, I can't just hand over museum property, and I must admit I'm not especially inclined to help the UC, or New Atlantis for that matter. Well, I'm afraid you've wasted your time because I'm not authorized, nor particularly inclined, to release any of our pieces. That includes 100-year-old tree branches. Sorry, but it's staying in storage. I have artifacts that date all the way back to the time of Solomon Coe himself. I hear what you're saying, but I'm afraid it's out of the question. Handing over that branch is starting to look pretty good. I guess it couldn't hurt. I hear you. I can't believe I'm doing this. Please return it in one piece.
While we're here, there's something I need to talk to you about.
I hope Aquila City has what we need. Have you paid a visit to Miss Castler in Aquila City? Yes, of course. I'll see that it is returned to her in one piece. Well, perhaps minus a few shavings. Now, I just need a moment to analyze this and synthesize an audio response to our friend here. Right, so we'll feed in a sample. Now the program will incorporate the genetic and chemical makeup of the sample, extrapolating the size and structure of the original tree. This was put together rather hastily, so complete accuracy is impossible, but I'm hoping it's enough. And there it is. Our best hope for a positive solution to this mess.
It's amazing to think that this tree predates New Atlantis. Can you imagine all the changes it
So, we now have a simulated response to our tree. All that's left is to play it. Oh, I'm quite certain you couldn't achieve the necessary register. Far too low for human vocal cords. I've been forced to listen to this SSNN kiosk chatter incessantly this entire time. I think it could be put to better use. We don't have time to go through the proper channels, but If you can find a terminal and get this uploaded into their system, it might do the trick. Perhaps, but desperate times, and all that. Certainly, if you have some other option, by all means, take advantage of it.
Though I am not exactly thrilled we're doing anything illegal. I suppose we've come this far, so it would be a shame to stop now.
Yes, well, it's as I said, desperate times require desperate measures. I'm not proud of this, but it needs to be done. Then I fear all this hard work will be for naught. I would hate to see this tree come down, but we may be out of options. I have no doubt that you will.
I have something I need to discuss with you. Thanks for taking the time to talk. I wanted to ask you about the artifact you found on Vectera. When you pulled it from the rock, held it in your hands for the first time, how did you feel? No, I don't think you understand. I know about the visions, the light, and the music. How did you feel inside? What were your thoughts? Oh my goodness. That must have been terrifying. When it comes to the artifacts, it never ceases to amaze me how the science, well, simply fails. True. But hey, how else would you describe it? The artifacts are so different, so alien. And I'm certain one of them reached out and spoke to you. Quite the mystery. That's an excellent question. You'd think after years of gathering data about the artifacts, I'd have the perfect answer to that. But I haven't the faintest idea. Not much, I'm afraid. All I have to show for my efforts are eyewitness accounts, scores of inconclusive metallurgical test results, and wild theories. Frustrating? No. Bewildering? Yes. It would be, oh, well, an explorer's dream to solve a mystery like this. I knew I picked the right person for the job. Look, I wanted to thank you for taking the time to talk, and for keeping an open mind. And I also wanted to say, well, I'm pleased we're on this journey together. It's the best decision I've made in quite a long time.
I have a feeling today's going to be a great day. Don't you agree?
Can't go in. You just can't.
I've just got a feeling about you.
He writes me.
You have a
I hate
story to
break it
tell.
you, but his PA is the one who signs all those cards and headshots. Mr. Barron's a very busy and important man.
I bet whoever came up with bad news travels fast wasn't taking interstellar distances into account.
People of the United Colonies can trust their primary news source.
Please tell me you're not here to see Mr. Barron.
We've done it! I'm already seeing reductions in the strength of the vibrations. The tree is calming down. I can hardly believe that worked. I don't know. We've been in uncharted territory this whole time. That doesn't stop now. With the immediate crisis hopefully over, I can slow down and review everything we've learned. And certainly, I'll be keeping a much closer eye on our friend going forward. And you have saved this tree and advanced our scientific knowledge of our environment. Noble work across the board. You have my gratitude and that of every citizen in New Atlantis, though they don't know it.
Potter spends a fortune to maintain the lodge, but I'd say it's worth every credit.
Rest well, I hope?